Hello, everyone. This is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 13. As always, here's our disclosures. This content is for educational purposes only. I will not provide any investment advice. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investment involves risk. Here's our agenda. I'll cover the news, provide a market overview. Earnings are slim pickings again this week. This is why I didn't do a plan of the week last week. However, I didn't want to go 2 weeks in a row without giving you some information and opportunity. So we got 141 companies reporting. We had no weekly results for week 12 because I didn't provide a plan of the week. And for week number 11, it was a slow week. We did go 1-0, however. Here's our earnings for the week. Again, slim pickings, no earnings on Friday. Most of these companies are in the Russell. So there will be little to no movement when it comes to earnings this week. Went ahead and I updated, put week 11, we had ACN that worked, and that brings our year total to 21 and 3. Moving into our news, as you can see, starting on Monday, there is nothing affecting the U.S. markets. Just be mindful that it's a big dividend payout for the majority of the ETFs. So the market might fall down in a minute, or it might be a result of what Friday's sell-off. Australian dollar being affected in the evening. For those of you trading futures and forex, be mindful there is a report at 8:30 p.m. Moving on to Tuesday, we got PMI report and JOLTS jobs opening report 30 minutes into after the open. So be mindful of that. That may cause some volatility on the first. Moving on to the second, we got non-farm payrolls, which is at 5:15 a.m. and that's going to be pre-market. So that may cause volatility at the open. Moving on to the third, you can see we got unemployment claims. That's going to be pre-market. And then 30 minutes after they open, we have a PMI report. So we may have some extra volatility on Thursday. And then on Friday, we have unemployment rates, first Friday of the month, non-farm payrolls. This may be a big day. And as everybody knows, POTUS is discussing the future and when it comes to tariff. And what do you know, Federal Powell is deciding to speak on Friday as well. So Friday may be a big day in the markets for us. So be mindful and cognizant of that. Moving into the charts and starting with the SPX, as you can see on Friday, we had a sell-off. So pretty much from the middle of the week, market just sold off. We came up to this level and fell. That was from our gap a couple of weeks ago that we closed. Year to date, for those who are panicking, we are about 9.5%, 9.3% down from the all-time highs. So as much as the news is screaming bear territory, that does not happen till we're at 20%. So we are far from being at bear territory area, and you can see we are still above March 13th. So if we do decide to fall this week, this is our level on the SPX. That's 5499.03 to 5400 even. Be mindful that this is where we turn from on March 13th. If this level holds, we can see continued a drop in the market, and that's all going to be dependent on the news on what happens with the future of tariffs. Just be mindful, we may get another opportunity to go up from this level. Moving on to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ had a little bit of more downfall. That is going to be, we are at 13% down. So the NASDAQ is weaker than the S&P 500. Our levels are going to be 18,814.88 to 18,402.55. And on the supply side, 21,088 to 0.63 and 21,352.88. With that being said, I just realized I did not cover the supply zone in the SPX. So let me go back. That level is going to be at 5992.35 to 6044.16. Now, moving into the Dow Jones, I went ahead and I switched this from the DJX to the Dow Jones because most of my members were saying that they can't trade the DJX because the options are not liquid. So I'll give you the levels moving forward on the Dow Jones, i.e. the DIA, which is the ETF. So on the supply side, you can see this level held right here for us where the markets turned last week in the middle of the week on Wednesday. That level is going to be 425.08 to 431.66 on the supply side. And on the demand side, we got a gap to fill down here and right below the 400 level. It's going to be 396.63 to 392.55. Now, moving on to the almighty rut that does not do anything and just move sideways. We are back at our level, and that level is going to stay intact until we lose it. That's going to be 2018.33 to 1956.32. Be mindful that this area has worked with the rest of the markets. And on the supply side, we got 2333.73 to 2370.13. In the event that we keep falling and we lose this level, the next level is going to be at 1887.93 to 1847.64. Now, moving into earnings, like I said, slim pickings. However, these are the markets I have for you. First ticker symbol is going to be PVH. On the demand zone, 52.74 and to 43.49. On the supply side, 89.03 to 97.29. Next company I have for you, ticker symbol PRGS, company is Progress. On the demand side, 47.75 to 45.84. On the supply side, 61.63 to 64.43. Next company I have for you is ticker symbol UNF. On the demand side, 157.35 to 149.43. In the event of an overshoot, you have another level here at 146.12 to 132.78. And I have no supply for you in this market. There you go. Moving on to the next company, it's going to be Restoration Hardware, ticker symbol RH. You can see that this level has already hold. We've bounced from here once, so this will be an aggressive level. That level being 216.83 to 193.18. However, in the event of an overshoot and that level not holding, you have the 165.79 to 128.68. On the supply side, you got 364.73 and 389.01. Next company I have for you, ticker symbol CAG, Cogner Foods. We've been staying between these two levels for quite some time. On the demand side, I have 22.49 for you to 20.20. And on the supply side, 32.34 to 33.68. Next company I have for you is ticker symbol LW. On the demand side, 38.97 to 34.02. On the supply side, 75.65 to 83.82. Next company I have for you is MSM. On the demand side, 57.53 to 52.41. On the supply side, 93.65 to 96.30. Next I have for you is Equality Brands, ticker symbol AYI. On the demand side, 229.64 to 224.05. Call that 224 even. In the event of an overshoot, you have the 208.33 to 198.92. On the supply side, 304.69 to 316.16. And the last company I have for you when it comes to earnings this week is going to be ticker symbol LNN, company Lindsay. On the demand side, 94.87 to 80.74. And on the supply side, 150.48 to 159.71. That's going to do it for the charts for us today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions for me, feel free to follow me on social media. I do post. And if you want to join our group, feel free to check out the website and come join us. Till next time, happy trading.